You're not gonna die. I'm like, excuse me? That was an option?
What's up? Welcome back to the show. You're listening to the TWOSOME Podcast. A little coffee talk today with DJ up in Minnesota. He's playing in a golf tournament this afternoon, so we're getting after this super early, and we're going to get into a massive Ryder Cup just discussion. We're going to dive into the history, the current picks, who we think's going to win, future venues, maybe somewhere that is close to home to DJ. So we're excited. Welcome to the Ryder Cup episode.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. I think the question that everyone wants to know and that we should start with is, do you think Keegan will play? Will he pick himself to play, or will he just be captain?
I've said this from the jump. You can go back, fact check me, go back and listen to the first few episodes. I put my tinfoil hat on and I said Keegan Bradley was going to pick himself for the Ryder Cup team. By the time this comes out, we might know if I was correct. And to refresh people's memories, what I said was Keegan's going to pick himself, and then he's going to step aside, and then out of the shadows, there may be a hologram of Hulk Hogan playing the national anthem on guitar. And then out of the shadows, Tiger Woods walks out, and he puts on the captaincy of the Ryder Cup. We'll find out today.
I mean, he has to play, right?
Keegan has to.
He has to pick himself. He has to play.
Yeah,
he's
going to pick himself.
Things it's like he can't play in captain, which there are parts where I do agree with, but like, and remind me if I'm wrong on this, but like, he can get, if he's captain and he's playing, he can get live updates from a co-captain, can't he?
Yes, I believe so.
Can he wear a headset while playing? I don't think so. But he can
I think that's a little too much.
But he can get information pretty much right away on what he needs to do.
I would think so. I would think they could do that anyways. Like mid-round, you could talk to...
That's what I thought. And I mean, obviously they have leaderboards and they can see standings. But like, because they always have the captains riding around on the cars, ripping in their walkie-talkies or their headsets. It's like, there's a way for him to still captain it, but like, obviously you want him to be zoned in on his game, or else it's going to throw everyone off.
And here's what I think, right? Like, the last time there's a playing captain was, I think, 1963 or 75. No, it was 63. It was at Atlanta Athletic Club, obviously in Atlanta, Georgia. And that was Arnold Palmer. That was the last time there was a playing captain of the Ryder Cup. Do you really think...
How'd that work out? Did that work out? Okay, so...
Yeah, we won. And we'll get into the history of the Ryder Cup next. But my question is, do you think Keegan's going to put himself on the same mantle as Arnold Palmer as the playing captain of the United States team, or does he step aside? It makes more sense to me that he steps aside.
I like the fact that he just says, like, you know what? I got big balls. I'm picking myself. I've proven it this year that I can play at the highest level and be one of the top guys. And yes, I'm captain, but I don't care. I'm picking myself and I'm playing. And I'm going to continue being captain. Big kahunas, the dude's from the Northeast. He's got, this is, for him, it is the biggest dream come true. And if you can go out and play well, be a playing captain, you will go down in the history books as this will be one of the better, the guy, one of the most epic moments I think possible. Here's the thing: if you lose, I don't think you're gonna lose because he picked himself to play and he's captain. People will blame it on that, but that's not going to be the sole reason why the U.S. loses, in my opinion. I just love the fact that he also has. He's from out that way, right? He's from Connecticut.
Mm-hmm.
And Bethpage Black is what? Where is it? New York?
New York. Yeah, it's in Long Island.
So it's right there. I think he just has to pick himself and he has to play.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's going to pick himself, and that gets us to the 7th guy if he does pick himself.
Yep.
The rest of the team is Harris English, JJ Spawn, Scotty Scheffler, Xander Schauffele, Bryson DeChambeau, Russell Henley.
Yep.
Who are the final? Where there's 12 guys, so 4 picks.
All right, so I'm assuming Keegan picks himself. Okay. JT.
Okay.
Colin Morikawa, which I love Colin. I don't know, like here's the thing. Okay, so let me just keep saying names. JT, Colin Morikawa, Sam Burns, Patrick Cantlay.
So
do I have one left, or am
Justin
I
Thomas, Cantlay, Burns, Morikawa?
Justin Cantlay, Burns, Morikawa. That gets, and then
you need one more because we're assuming Keegan then.
So we're assuming Keegan. Then it's got to be. I'm picking this guy because I love the fire. I gotta say Wyndham Clark.
If I could say what's actually going on with Wyndham in his head right now, I would break major news, but I'm not going to do that. There's no way he picks Wyndham Clark. He's not even in the discussion.
I understand, but we need to have an out there pick.
I love Wyndham.
And I do too. But I love, dude, you know why I like him? Because he's so fiery. I love that. He's the freak. He's the attitude we need. We can't go into this and just have soft-spoken players. Like, we need that Wyndham Clark fire. We saw a little bit from Sam Burns.
Thomas?
Yeah, JT has it, of course. We've seen it, year over year for him. Patrick Cantlay has proven he has it. Colin Morikawa can get it going, a little bit softer spoken, understand, softer personality, but we've seen bits and pieces there. I haven't seen that out of Russell Henley. I haven't seen that out of Harris English yet. I feel like JJ Spawn can get a little fiery.
Yep.
Xander obviously can. Scotty's just Scotty. He doesn't have to worry about that. And Bryson, not worried about it. So
yeah,
I think that those are my picks. Now, I think I would really like, being realistic, say Wyndham out on that last pick, and I think it's going to be someone more like Cam Young or Brian Harmon. That's a little more realistic. I just would really like to see Wyndham in that situation.
All right, so here's mine.
Strictly that. All right.
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
Here are my picks for the Ryder Cup. Keegan.
Yep.
Ben Griffin, because he is statistically the best player on tour the last 10 events and through the playoffs.
Okay.
Even though he said he overdosed on creatine, which you can't do, but that's neither here nor there. Sam Burns.
Yep.
Cam Young.
Okay.
Justin Thomas.
Yep.
And Chris Gotterup.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah, Chris Gotterup, New Jersey guy, went to Rutgers. He has been playing lights out this year. His last few results are tied 10th at the Tour Championship, tied 33rd at the BMW, 54th at the FedEx, which is not great. But at the 3M, he was tied 10th. The Scottish Open, he won. The Open Championship, he was 3rd.
Yeah.
Like big results from him. He's won multiple times this year. He's been in the top 10 multiple times. He's in great form, local guy. That's my pick for the 6th man or 12th man on this team.
I mean,
it's Chris Gotterup.
Solid picks. I like how you and I both had a little 12th slot zinger. I was not expecting you to say that. I was expecting you to say, like a Maverick McNeely maybe, but
I love that.
And I'm a little bit surprised can you give me some reasoning on your no Morikawa pick?
He's the worst putter on tour.
Okay, fair enough.
Like, dude, hey, I know he's a TaylorMade guy. He needs to switch to the zero torque thing that TaylorMade has, or a lab, or something, because he is trash when it comes to putting. And he might not statistically be the worst putter on tour. I'm gonna Google it while I'm talking about it, but he is really bad. He is 109th in strokes gained putting.
Okay.
That's really bad.
That's a good. That's a
109th
good
on the PGA Tour. He's averaging 29 putts per round. That's 105th on tour. His short putting percentage from 4 to 8 feet, which, you know, they're playing match play, so a lot of these would be gimmies, but they would make him putt those. It's only at 65%. The tour average is like 78 or something.
Okay.
So he's the worst putter on tour, or one of them. No way is he making the Ryder Cup team when we know the crowd's going to get rowdy. And the first time he misses a 5-foot putt, those New York fans are going to let him know it, and that's going to be in the back of his mind for the rest of the round.
Yeah. Yeah, true.
So, yeah, no more Coward for me. I really want Cam Young to be in there. You know, he is another New York, New Jersey guy. His dad is the head pro, or was the head pro at Sleepy Hollow.
What if they just stack it to just be home course advantage for the whole team? So he just goes out and picks, you know, Cam Young. He picks a Maverick McNeely. He picks, you know, obviously himself to play. You have 3 guys from that general location right away. That'd be kind of sexy. I kind of like that.
That would be cool. That'd be really cool.
It's fair enough. Good reasoning. People would be fired up because it's like, yeah, you're having people from across the United States and across the world coming to this event. I understand that. But you're having majority from that localized area, right? So
yeah. Well, mainly because it's gonna be so hard to get to. Like,
I didn't know it was in a state park.
Yeah.
Like, people have to shuttle in.
Oh, for sure. There's no hotels close. You're staying in the city, or you're staying in Long Island somewhere. You're on an hour-plus long shuttle. I heard horror stories about the PGA Championship there.
I'm surprised they picked it just because of that. Like, obviously the golf course is sick. How about this? How about the sign they have there? And then for those of you that may not know this, you know the sign I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it says the black course, an extremely difficult course, which we recommend only for highly skilled golfers. Imagine pulling up to a course and just seeing that sign, being like, I'm getting my teeth kicked in today.
Yeah. That's like going to Pinehurst.
Yeah.
Like, I've said it before. I can't wait for you to come to North Carolina and experience number 2. But it's exactly that. It is a teeth kicking in experience that you enjoy.
Yeah.
So I would enjoy Bethpage. Hope we can play it one day. But yeah, this is going to be, we'll find out by the time this podcast comes out if we are correct in our picks. But I feel like I got a good little read on it. And looking towards the future of the Ryder Cup, the next time it's played in the United States, we're up by you.
Yeah, Hazeltine, is it 2029?
Yeah, 2029.
2029, Hazeltine. For those of you who don't know, Chaska, Minnesota. I grew up in Eden Prairie, like literally 8 minutes from Hazeltine. We actually, Blair, we were like, when we were playing Bear Path, we were 3 minutes down the road.
Wow.
It's very, very, very close. It's going to be sweet. But did you know that after what I've heard, rumor mill, after they have the Ryder Cup there, they're redoing the whole course. Everything.
Really?
Complete, like, moving holes, different layout, completely redoing it.
Wow.
So
Who
I don't know if that's just rumor
Hazeltine
mill,
initially?
it's a great question. The history on courses is not my jam mostly.
Yeah, I'm getting into it now. The more that I travel, the more I like to learn about the history of the golf course I'm playing.
Yeah.
Like your course, Bear Path, obviously a
Yep.
Jack Nicklaus
Yep,
course,
obviously
hence the
Jack.
Bear.
Yep.
Hazeltine was a Robert Trent Jones, opened in
Okay.
1962. So, yeah, Robert Trent Jones, he does a lot of high-end, very nice courses.
They're building like these sweet like cottages on there too, on Hazeltine, and then they have like a little short track going, and I think it might be done now as well. But sick venue. I was there in 2016. It's weird now that we're on odd numbers and we're on even numbers before. Blame that one on COVID.
Yep.
But I mean, you're obviously gonna come up to that one and stay with me. It'll be sick.
I was
We'll
going
be
to
there
say,
each day.
I'm looking at the putting course they're putting in, the cottages they're putting in. Hazeltine National looks amazing. So the next time I come to Minnesota,
Yeah,
I would
we'll
like to
play
make a
it.
request.
We can
to
get
play
out and
Hazeltine.
play. Yeah, we can get out and play it. We'll have more time than just the old member guest. So we'll get out and play it. I have some buddies out there. Great track. It's tough. It's really tough. It's just like this. I mean, it's like a open field with a couple like lakes, and the wind whips through there pretty good. You just have that high fescue that just is gnarly to get out of. But awesome golf course. It's a players club. I mean, you gotta be a stick to score there. It's one of those where you want, a traveling handy there. Let's say you're a scratch there. I mean, any course you go to, you're gonna end up being like a +2.
That's right.
It's one of those where it skews it that much. But
Yeah.
definitely
So
looking forward to that one.
Davis Love III, who was the U.S. captain the last time we won at Hazeltine,
Yeah.
he's leading the redesign.
Oh, love that.
That's cool.
Yep.
I love when courses do that, right? Like they bring in someone who has some sort of legacy there.
Yeah.
To help revigorize or re-energize. I mean, not that Hazeltine National needed that, but I love that they're bringing in somebody that has such a rich history, even though he's from Georgia, right?
Yeah.
No connection to Minnesota, but he captained the winning Ryder Cup team at Hazeltine National. Now he's going to help, bring it into the future, which is awesome.
It's interesting too. Like think about a club like that, and there's a lot of clubs out there, obviously, with some rich history and some very like influential moments in golf, right? To have a redesign, like because it's not just gonna be a little one. I mean, it's gonna be a full ass redesign. That I want your take on that, because you're getting rid of something or you're changing something that is so great and has been a huge piece of, let's say Ryder Cup history and just even history in Minnesota for the state itself, to go in and now like redesign everything and get rid of that. I mean, that takes, number one, that takes a lot of balls to do that. Number two,
Yeah.
like I can see why, but at the same time, I ask myself, like, why would they do that?
Pinehurst has done it in the past. They had Gil Hance do number 4. Number 4, I mean, it's not number 2, but it's up there, in my opinion, for best courses in the Pinehurst area. But they did have, I want to say, Core Crenshaw redesign number 2. I'm going to look at it. Core Crenshaw. I can't multitask and type and do all these things. But so they had a group, not redesign, but revigorize number 2 prior to the U.S. Open coming back in 2024. And I want to say it was Core Crenshaw, but they're going to really be mad at me if I get that wrong. Yeah, it was Core Crenshaw. They did a restoration. And that's what I think that a lot of these courses are getting to, where they're bringing in these new designers, whether it be Tom Doak or Gil Hance, Core Crenshaw, to bring the course into the 21st and 22nd century as we get closer to that. Because, I mean, Pinehurst, Donald Ross built that in 1895. They didn't really touch it until Core Crenshaw got their hands on it in the 2010s ish to redo that. So I think Hazeltine's kind of looking at it in that sense, right? Like they were built in 1965, I think, or let's see, yeah, 1960s,
Sounds right.
1950s, somewhere in there. 1962. That's close. And obviously things have changed. The game has changed. We're not playing Balata golf balls anymore. We're not playing Persimmons Woods. We have modern equipment. The player is getting better.
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody is, hitting the ball 200 yards and this sort of thing. So they need to do something to bring it into modernity, I guess, is the best way to put it. And having somebody that has that legacy there that they can storytell around is actually pretty smart. And I like the fact that they're doing that with Davis Love.
Yeah.
And, Pinehurst did that with Corcoran Shaw. They're keeping the bones and the skeleton of the golf course, the soul of the golf course that the original designer, kind of intended. And then just bringing it out to give it a little facelift.
Yeah. I mean, I see why, for sure. It's weird when you get rid of something so good, right? It's almost like those things when it's tax time's coming around and you need a new truck. So your accountant's like, yep, it's time to do it. And you're like, well, shit, my 2020 is still good. Like I don't really need one, right? But, all right, Hazeltine, you're going to be there 2020. What did we say? 29?
9.
Yeah, 29.
Our podcast is going to be way
blown
better
up
at that time. We'll have way more
6 studios. Yeah.
We'll have our sick office studio.
I mean,
so that's 2029, the Ryder Cup.
And for those of you that, how about this? For those of you that aren't, rooting for US, which is wild, should we just run over what we think Euro team's going to look like?
Sure, let's do it.
So that way we can appeal to both. Obviously, one spot, I'll just go down the list of the 6 solidified for Team Europe. Rory, Robert McIntyre, Tommy Fleetwood, Justin Rose, Rasmus Højgaard, and Tyrell Hatton. Tyrell Hatton. Sure. I'm going to go ahead. I'll say my next 6. Shane Lowry, Ludvig Åberg, Matthew Fitzpatrick, Viktor Hovland, and
need 2 more.
Straka? Sepp Straka?
He's a automatic qualifier.
He's automatic on? Okay. Boy. How about a Thorbjørn Olesen?
Okay.
And let's go one more random. Thomas Dietrich.
All right. Cool. That's 6. My picks.
Yep.
Obviously, Rory, Rose, Tommy, McIntyre, Tyrell Hatton, Sepp Straka. Those are the 6. Then going down from there, Shane Lowry, Ramses Højgaard, Ludvig Åberg, Viktor Hovland, Matt Fitzpatrick.
Yep.
Harry Hall.
Ooh. Okay.
And if I was Luke Donald, which I'm trying to get him on the podcast after the Ryder Cup, pulling some strings of Mizuno, I would pair Harry Hall up against Bryson DeChambeau because he wears the dumb hat.
Yeah.
And he has the mustache. It would be like Venom versus Spider-Man.
Yeah. Do you think Bryson would bring back the old hat?
Have to.
He would.
You'd have to pull it out.
Yeah. If that's a merit, he has to do that at that point.
You can't have your nemesis wear your hat.
I love that take.
That would be so funny. It'd be amazing. Because Bryson would be chirping out the whole time. He'd treat it like a YouTube video and just narrate the whole thing.
Oh, for sure. Oh, speaking of his YouTube thing, we'll go to a quick pivot here. Do you see his new thing with chipping onto his railing on that little shot glass cup? Dude, that's insane.
For the Bentley?
Yeah, for the Bentley.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Bryson's crushing it at the YouTube.
Also,
game.
just imagine
Social
having
media.
a house like that where you can just drive a Bentley inside and just have that much space.
Crazy. I can't even think about that. That's a level of wealth and fame and
That I'll get to someday.
One day.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want a house is that, modern, but we'll see.
I want 7 of them.
Seven super modern homes.
Yeah, all in different states.
Yeah. Speaking of modern, I love history.
Yeah.
Love conspiracy theories too, and all these different kinds of things. But I did a deep dive on Ryder Cup history last night.
Love it.
And so what I learned was that the Ryder Cup, it was never a thing until after World War I. And then an amateur golfer from England was like, let's get some nice feelings between the U.S. and Great Britain and have a golf tournament. And
Some nice feelings.
Yeah, like he wanted to, like, I think what they say, foster some camaraderie after World War I and host a golf tournament that we would share, hosting duties of. However, the first 6 were all in England. No, it went back and forth. It started in Massachusetts. So it started in the U.S., Massachusetts, England, Ohio, England, New Jersey, England. But originally it was just the U.S. and Great Britain.
Okay.
And Great Britain only won 2 of the first 6.
Really?
Yeah.
So U.S. is dominant early.
Really dominant. And then there was 1, 2, 3, 4, an 8-year break for World War II. 10-year break, really, because it stopped in 1937. And the next Ryder Cup wasn't until 1947. And then we went on a run of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 wins out of the next 19 played of the Ryder Cup.
Wow.
So we went 18-1 for the next 19. And at that point, they were like, hey, we need to add Ireland to this. We need some more firepower on the Great Britain side. And we still housed them going into like the 90s. They only won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 until 2006. And they tied one. So
that's a incredible run.
Yeah. And at where'd they add? They added Europe. So, it was Great Britain, Ireland. And then from 1977 on, they added the rest of Europe. So that added in Seve and all those people.
Yep.
And then it really didn't get to where it is now in the actual rivalry until the 2000s or the 1990s, which is crazy to me. I always thought it was kind of this back and forth battle.
Yeah.
But it was never that until recently.
Is because of the situation of now, the fact that it's like this rivalry in the battle, where does this rank with you and like majors? Does this?
Oh man,
it's got to be like, is this second to Masters? Does this surpass Masters? Does like where is this for you? And I feel like different people like different styles of golf, so that's why I bring that like on level. I feel like it can't be down to like number 4. It has to be top 1 too.
This is the best. Why I hesitate to say that. I was gonna say this is the best event in golf. However, I love the Masters. I look forward to it every year. It's like the start of our year.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been to the Ryder Cup. I want to so bad. I think this is 1B. It's Masters, Ryder Cup, Open Championship, US Open, PGA.
Okay. Now, I'm going to give you my take because I've been to both. 2016 Hazeltine at the Ryder Cup. I am senior of college, like just finished college, rowdy, everyone's boozing, like same at the Masters too. So I'm trying to paint this picture for you.
Yeah.
Masters for me this year was my first year, and it's just the iconic Masters, right? It's like even keel, gentlemen's, the most amazing thing you walk into. It's peak golf, so it's so hard to knock that. But I will say I have never had more fun, and I've never cheered so loud at any sporting event, period, than I have at the 2016 Ryder Cup. Therefore, I think the Ryder Cup surpasses that in my opinion. And I'm a huge, huge fan of like team golf. I love
Same.
just different formats of golf, period. So I think anytime you get these high-end players playing with each other, feeding off the fire from one another, that is must-watch TV, where I think a lot of people are like, yep, Masters on, it's on in the background, not really watching till Sunday, maybe if you're at home. Ryder Cup, I feel like I can't miss anything. Like, I am glued to every moment that's going on.
Yeah. I agree. I watch every ball.
Like, that can't be a hot take, right? That's like, I
No.
feel like that's normal.
I would think so. I agree. I put it 1B because I haven't been there and I've experienced it, and I've experienced the Masters, and I know how special it is. And I look forward to going every year and throwing my phone in the car and not looking at it for 18 hours.
Yep.
It is so nice to be there in the moment.
Yeah.
I think that the Ryder Cup would probably surpass the Masters for me if I went.
Think about this.
For a couple of reasons.
You're walking in, and it's almost got that nostalgia like Masters. It's not the same, but it's almost got that swagger to it. And all of a sudden you walk in and people are chanting on one. USA, USA. Loud as shit. You can hear them while you're walking from the car or the bus, the transit, wherever you're coming from. You can hear them before you even get in. And it just gives you those chills that you've never experienced before. And the roars of a made putt that matters more than just, he's going from 8 under to 9 under. The roar for your country is second to none. You'll have goosebumps the whole time. Like, I can't get those moments that I experienced out of my head from when I was there. I can't do it. And that's why you do need to go and experience it next time it's here.
Hazeltine. I'm holding out for Hazeltine.
Yeah.
Not going to go to a Dare Banner. I would, but not planning on it. But I am planning to go to Hazeltine in 2029. I can't wait. I've been to some USA soccer games, seen them play Mexico or seen them play Argentina.
Yep.
And even though they were friendlies and they didn't really mean anything, there was still that special atmosphere about it that you're cheering for your country.
Yep.
I can't wait to see that and feel that in a sport that has meant so much to you and I. It's our jobs, it's our, it's our passion, it's our pastime. And we're going there, we're cheering for our country. I can't wait for that. Hazeltine, we're coming for you. Beer and cheese curds. I'm going to start getting my gut ready now.
Pull tabs. We'll go to a meat raffle that time too.
Yes.
There's a good one at the Chanhassen Legion, so we're good. Well, it's right next to it. My other thing with that whole USA bit too, and we saw the NHL do it this year for mid-season. So the NHL All-Star Game, they went with the Four Nations. And again, it's supposed to be like this. I'm not going to say friendly because people knew when they announced that was like not going to be a friendly, right? And like Olympics are kind of supposed to be friendly, but anytime you get USA versus Canada on the ice, there is nothing friendly about it. And it's hilarious. It's the same kind of thing as like golf, right? Where you got obviously your team aspect too, but you have guys that are winning the cup together, like, you know, Sam Bennett and Matthew Tkachuk on the same team in Florida, yet Sam Bennett's going out there and fighting Matthew Tkachuk's brother opening face-off, like,
Yeah.
and then they're like boys afterwards. Like, it's the meaning of the pride for the country is what just juices it up so much. That's the shit that I love.
Well,
I'm addicted to that.
Yeah, well, remember last time when they were in Rome, after Europe had won, or maybe it was like the Saturday before the final day, Rory got into a scuffle. Remember this? He was like, there was somebody getting in a car, and, you know, Rory went after him. They ripped his shirt, and he was like screaming at whoever was in the car. And then somebody's caddy got in between them. I'm Rory fight Ryder Cup. Let's see what happens.
What
he
year
got
was it?
into he got into a confrontation with Joe LaCava, who was caddying for Cantlay at the time.
Huh. See, it just brings out a different side in you. You just act different.
Yeah.
But you know what? That's why I love that fire. That's why I say Wyndham needs to be on it. We need someone who's gonna kick in fucking lockers because he's so pissed off about a normal tournament. Imagine what he's gonna kick in, you know, after the Ryder Cup.
Yeah, man.
He's not gonna make it, but that would be electric.
I want him to be on the team so bad, dude. I'm pulling for Wyndham. I love Wyndham. He's the best. Has great taste in tacos and tequila too. But yeah, Wyndham's not gonna be on the team. It's gonna be Goddard up, buddy. Chris Goddard up from Rutgers by way of Oklahoma.
Homer. I love it.
Yeah. So that's our picks. That's the Ryder Cup. That's the history of it.
What's your favorite? What's your favorite? If you could pick one moment of Ryder Cup history, you don't even have to give me a why, but like, what's one of the top moments for you that stands out right off the bat?
The first one that comes to mind is Jordan Spieth's, I guess it was chip shot or flop shot that he hit at Whistling Straits.
Yeah.
In, what was that, 2019?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, no, 2021.
Yeah.
So he was on the side, and I'd played Whistling Straits like the Ryder Cup was in September, so it had to be like May or June. I was there, and I had almost the same shot, but he's on like this side of the sheer cliff, and he hits a massive towering flop shot and almost falls backwards into Lake Michigan or Huron or whatever lake that is.
Yeah.
And it lands like 4 feet from the pin. That's the first one that comes to mind. Second one that comes to mind is that dude making that putt when I think it was Rory called him out of the crowd.
Yeah. I just saw that the other day that popped up. No, it was Justin Rose pulled him out of the crowd, sets $100 bill next to the putt, and the dude, it was going a mile beyond the hole, but he fucking hit the back of the cup and it bounced up, down, and in. How electric! If you were just a fan that got pulled out at that moment, I mean, there's a 0% chance I make that putt. 0% chance I'm making that putt, strictly because there's a million people watching, and all the pros are there, and then he just sellies, daps up Justin Rose, Rory. I mean, what an incredible feeling. So that's got to be a top bystander moment, I think.
And that was a Hazeltine too.
Yeah, history and like nostalgia. I think like the concession is probably one of the top moments pre our time, but there's just so much like history in golf that's like has come from that and revolved around it. And even like, I mean, down in Sarasota, like there's a whole ass course named Concession. It's supposed to be pretty incredible. I haven't been able to play it yet. But just a iconic moment for Ryder Cup. So that's probably like mine just because of that. I feel like every year, every Ryder Cup, there's like an insane shot or two. There's like, oh my God, it's the pressure's building up, and these guys are just, I mean, top tier, obviously, but it's just
they're the best
incredible
in the
what they
world.
can do with a fucking little white ball.
Yeah, so it's funny. I've actually played 2 Ryder Cup courses
Okay.
in my golfing career. First one's pretty obvious.
Yep.
The Ocean Course at Kiowa.
Yep.
They had a Ryder Cup there in 1992.
2? Yeah, I think it was 2.
91. Yeah, so that's actually a couple years after I was born. They had the Ryder Cup there.
How did we go from
US
odd years to even back to odd if it's every 2 years?
September 11th.
Okay.
So they moved it from
that.
September of 2001 to September of 2002.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So, because remember the first sporting event after September 11th was
Yankees game when Bush threw the pitch, right?
I think there was a college football game before that. First sporting event.
What a wild time of history that was.
Dude.
Want to put our tinfoil hats on that one?
No.
I think we'd
the
get
first,
people...
the first sporting event after 9/11, professional, it says, was the Mets versus the Braves. September 21, 2001.
Okay, so it was Mets, and then that's when he threw out the pitch.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's a crazy time. I don't want to get banned.
Yeah, me either.
So I'm just going to leave it at that. I have my theories. We'll
talk about that one off air.
There's some inconsistencies, to say the least.
So let's stay on this Ryder Cup track. I like this other segment that you have on here.
Don't let me get banned.
Team formats. What is your favorite of what they play? Do you like the what's your favorite day or your favorite style that they play?
Let's talk about the different formats, right?
Yeah.
There's 4-ball, there's foursomes, and there's singles.
Yep.
Right. So I didn't know the difference between 4-ball and foursomes.
Okay.
I just thought like they were kind of one and the same.
Yep.
Did with a 4 in the name. But after doing some research, I found out that the 4-ball is everybody plays their own ball, and the lowest score from each hole is counted.
Okay.
Foursomes is alternate shot.
Yes.
And then obviously singles is a match play.
Yep.
So I personally like match play. I think that is the best form of golf. It's so entertaining, especially when you have people like us that are different handicaps. But for these guys, they're going back and forth. You very rarely get somebody that's absolutely routed from the jump, right? Unless you just get like a total mismatch. But I like singles. I like match play. That's my go.
I'm gonna say alternate shot, only because, again, I'm obsessed with that style of golf where you're the team style. You're playing with someone. It means a little bit more to me. Where like 4-ball, you're playing your own ball. It's just like lowest score wins. So Birdie Regal is gonna take the hole. I just love the fact that it's like, especially because that doesn't happen, especially with those tour players, like ever throughout the year, right? Where you're going alternate shot with another top tier, top 20 guy in the world. And, you're probably put in different situations than you're used to. You're probably, you can't just be like, oh, I'm going to do a nice little buttercut, 330 on the right side of the fairway and then just, rip a little wedge in here. There's more to it, right? You have to think about the style of player that, you're with. I don't know. I love that aspect of like having to think a little bit more and then totally like ride the coattails of your partner.
Yeah, that's cool. The added, I guess, piece to the equation of alternate shot is you have to work in the different balls that people are playing, and you have to pair them appropriately.
Yeah.
So, like, if a guy plays a Pro V1 or a TB5X, you can't all of a sudden pair him with a guy that plays a Max Fly.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you
have to think about that.
Yeah. And that's actually such a good point, because I'm going to be honest, I never have thought about that.
Yeah,
but
it's
it
crazy.
Makes so much sense, because it's like hitting a fucking rock versus a marshmallow, depending on the ball you hit, and it's the feel of everything, and that can spin a game immediately.
And it's less so off the tee; it's more so around the green.
Yeah,
right. Like, how
the spin you're counting on? Yeah,
like
the jump off the putter face. I mean, all of that.
Yeah, so that's the thing that I think is unique with at least the alternate shot, is that you have to think about, okay, who is going to pair well with somebody else, not just based on personality, not just based on game type, but based on equipment and ball.
Yeah, dude, I have a good one that now that we're kind of on this topic here. It's a little bit out of box, but I was playing yesterday for a practice round with another golf influencer guy, Josh, and I was, you've seen me hit the ball. You've seen me hit my driver. I aimed on the left side of the fairway and ends up in the middle and or right side of the fairway, right? So he made a comment. I hit the ball. He goes, "Oh, nice slice, man." And I was like, in my opinion, slice doesn't hold the same fairway, and or it's really like banana-y and like just like this super, like, I don't know, not like a decent ball flight, and it just falls and tapers, and maybe it's a 15 yards right? Because then you're getting some from the rollout, so technically it's only a 10 or 15 yard, say, cut, right? And a pull cut's can act a little bit slicey. What is your, like, is there a threshold for when, or the same thing, a draw turns into a hook, or a cut becomes a slice, or a fade then becomes a slice? Like, because I feel like if I'm trying to aim at the left side of the fairway, and I take my trusted ball flight and it falls right, and it's, let's say, a 10 to 15 yard fade and or cut, but it's controllable, I'm literally trying to do that. That's not considered a slice, is it? Or am I just like wildly wrong in my head and I have a slice?
I mean, you're on the borderline.
Because you've seen me miss.
For sure.
And then it's a slicey, 100%.
Yeah. Same with me. Like, my miss has always been right with my longer clubs. I'm trying to straighten it out. I'm trying to hit more of a draw or more of a controlled cut.
Yeah.
I think for you, you're on the borderline, because I would call a slice, a more than a 20-yard cut.
Yeah.
And yours is more than 20 yards sometimes.
Sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah. So I would say, like, yeah, dude, sometimes you play a cut.
Yeah. Sometimes I have a slice. But the situation where that came up is like, all right, that exact ball flight it wasn't even a pull cut. It was just a little, let's say, 10-yarder. I was like, oh, nice slice. Like, as a joke, but at the same time, I'm like, that's a good topic to bring up, because that definition is like, where is it based on yardages? Is it based off of like control, not control? And like, I don't give a shit about hitting it, because I can typically, I mean, I don't miss a ton of fairways. And if I do, it's right on the cusp of it. Like, it's not a lost ball. I don't know. I feel like it comes into like a control factor in a way.
Well, according to ChatGPT,
okay, love it.
A slice is usually an unintended left or right ball flight for a right-handed golfer.
Okay, so unintended.
Unintended. And a cut or a fade is a controlled left to right shot that's intentional, that typically just curves a little bit. So, I mean, you're intending to do it, but also, too, like, I've played with guys that are setting up for a cut or a fade or a slice,
Yeah.
and they are intending to hit a massive banana slice.
Yep.
And they pull it off, but that thing's a slice. And it is slicing 50 yards.
Oh, for sure. Like, I understand, like, that part, but I was just like, I don't know. I wanted to get a little talking point on because I feel like our normal listener may have that battle with their partner or whoever their twosome players are. Their four ball, right? It's like, what is the scenario in which who is right or wrong? And I said, yeah, and I think to him was, well, is it controlled or uncontrolled?
So I prompted ChatGPT to give me some more information on this topic. And it said a fade is a gentle curve, usually 5 to 15 yards of left to right movement.
Okay.
A cut is a bigger, also more intentional fade of 15 to 30 yards of movement. And a slice is anything beyond 30 yards or unintentional.
Yeah. That's a great. I like that.
Cool. So we'll ride with ChatGPT on that one.
Yep.
If you hit more than a 30-yard cut, it's a slice.
I think that's a little bit generous too. I think it should be like maybe 20 to 25-ish. Should be maybe.
You know what? It's being nice.
But, yeah. Is it controlled or is it not? That is
that's the real one.
Yeah. Sorry for that little tangent, cool. But I wanted to throw that little talker in there.
No worries. Well, that was the Ryder Cup. You're getting ready to go play a tournament today, right?
Yeah, it's the CRMC Championship in Brainerd, Minnesota. It's PGA Tours of America pit stop. They're sweet track. Craigen's Legacy courses. It's the Dutch courses. They're playing from I think they can back up to 7,300. They can go all the way back from. Super long track, super fun. Yeah, I'm excited. It's a little pro-am action. Obviously, it's not a tour event, but it's their PGA Tour of America's little event here. And for those of you that don't know, it's kind of like that league is right below Korn Ferry, and then obviously it's Korn Ferry, and then the PGA Tour. So these guys they're playing for something. A lot of them are, I think, the top 8 guys of the year get cards for Korn Ferry for the next year. And Josh was saying one of the winner may even jump and get a tour card for a full year, but I think that's wild. I don't think you can just jump Korn Ferry and in. That doesn't seem right. It doesn't seem right.
Guys in college do. They have PGA Tour U that kind of qualify right away. I'm not sure, but the winner from 2022 is actually a pretty large name.
Yeah, a lot of you know him as Nap Time.
Jake Knapp.
Right? Jake Knapp. Yeah. He that's where his career kind of catapulted from this win.
Nice.
From this tour, I should say.
That's awesome. So you're going to play in that today.
Yep.
You're going to go low. We're going to do the podcast proud. One of these days you can wear a twosome hat when you play in these tournaments.
Yep.
We're working on it.
We are.
And by the time this comes out, we'll know if our Ryder Cup picks are true.
I feel like I think your possibility, your roster is going to look a little better than mine, most likely. I think realistically, I got 10 out of 12 right. I think you got 11 out of 12.
Who do you think's getting left off on mine?
I think Morikawa is going to be on it.
All right, that's a hot take.
I think that's where
worst putter on PGA Tour.
I think he gets on it just because it's Colin, but you could say that for a lot of other guys. So maybe I'm wrong. I love Colin, so maybe that's a little close to home pick for me.
Yeah, that's thinking with your heart, not your head.
You know what? Sometimes you got to. The heart. USA is all heart, baby. All heart.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Well, that's it for us today. Thank you guys for listening. Make sure to like, follow, subscribe, leave a comment on Spotify and Apple. That's all the advertisers and people that help us keep the lights on care about. So if you could do that, that'd be great. And we will catch you next week. after the Walker Cup, which we'll talk about next week, and hopefully have some guests back on shortly.
Love it. Thanks, guys.
You're not gonna die. Like, excuse me? That was an option?
I can make that.
You